So, the big question that a lot of people have right now, and honestly, the biggest one that's on everyone's mind is what parks are Six Flags going to sell off? Because they've publicly have stated since the merger and just recently that they plan on, getting rid of certain parks. So, I've seen so many things on X about what parks people think are safe, what parks people think will definitely not be safe. So, here's mine broken down by the region. My name is Theme Park Brandon. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And yes, I only like 3 people, just like my shirt says. So unfortunately, you're probably not one of them. I'm just joking. But anyways, Northeast. Let's start with Northeast Parks in Laurent. Obviously, this park has always struggled. It's a really unique location, being located right on the island, right next to downtown Montreal. You have amazing coasters like Goliath, the B&M Mini Hyper, as well as, a few other decent ones. You have a nice Batman the Ride clone called Vampire, and a few other attractions. Monsters, their giant racing wooden coaster, dueling wooden coaster looks pretty cool. I just don't think this park is safe at all. Location-wise, cost of everything, lack of room to expand. I think if this park was located not on the island, then it's different. But so unfortunately, I just do not see the current Six Flags, which Cedar Fair is basically running Six Flags now for the most part. I just don't see them wanting this park or keeping this park around for any time, really. The next up is Great Escape. This park's interesting because it's a children's-based family park, and with the investment of Bobcat last year, their Gravity Group family wooden coaster, which I heard is awesome, by the way. This park is a great little niche park because it's located near Lake George, a very popular vacation destination for New Yorkers. So there's money there, and this park doesn't do horrible. It also has the indoor water park located right across the street from it. So I think this park is borderline. I think it's safer than it is unsafe at this moment. Six Flags New England, park I used to work at. I think with the new investment of the new Intamin multi-launch booster seat rider coaster, whatever the heck it's called, Quantum Accelerator, I think it is. That ride looks really cool. I am very intrigued by it. I think it's going to be really fun. And since they're already invested, the current, the old Six Flags Legacy already invested in this coaster. New England, usually, when I used to work there, this park is very, very profitable. One of the most profitable parks in the company. And obviously, over the years, it hasn't been as profitable, unfortunately. With that being said, I do think it's safe with rides like Superman and obviously Wicked Cyclone and now the new one. I just feel like this market, there's a lot of money in New England. And so with Cedar Fair ways of making money and making the parks run better and cleaner, because the park does need some help, I feel like New England's definitely safe. And Great Adventure, obviously, skip, it's safe. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the new Kingda Ka replacement. I, for one, as much as I loved Kingda Ka, I hated seeing it go, but I've never been more excited about the future of Great Adventure than I am right now, and that's the God's honest truth. This park, give it a couple years, I guarantee you everyone will really, really, really enjoy Great Adventure. Dorney Park. This park, in my opinion, is safe because even though it's closer to Great Adventure, and now that they're all one company, this park is a well-oiled machine. There's so much history there. The Allentown market loves it. Season pass sales are really strong. It's just a really solid ran park. Jessica Naderman, the park president up there, she is fantastic. In my opinion, one of the best, top 3 in the entire company of all the parks. Her and her team do a great job. I do not see how Dorney Park isn't safe unless, obviously money buys anything, right? But I just feel like Dorney Park will be held on to for sure. Which brings me to Darien Lake, and I just don't see the future within the Six Flags chain. Now, obviously with Darien Lake, I think Laurent and Frontier City, a lot of these other parks are managed by Six Flags, but they're owned by another company. So I think that if I was Six Flags, I would guess that they're going to try to get out of these contracts as quickly as possible Therefore, Darien Lake will not be a part of the Six Flags chain going forward. But it's still a great park, so definitely check it out. Heading to the central area, Canada's Wonderland. I mean, obviously it's safe. This park is a money maker with the new Alpenfury opening up. This park is packed all the time. Definitely safe. Cedar Point, definitely safe. I mean, all these parks. Kings Island, they're not going to get rid of these parks. Now here's where it gets kind of tricky. Well, not really, because Great America in Chicago is safe. With the new B&M dive coaster, this park is up there, top 3 in the chain consistently for attendance as well as profitability. The legacy Six Flags parks, therefore Great America is safe. And then Six Flags Mexico. The only thing I can see is this park brings in a lot of money and the attendance is always pretty steady. So it's very profitable. I just feel like with the new Cedar Fair Six Flags merger, do they want to have a park based in Mexico due to just, a lot of various reasons. Obviously, Cedar Fair's already worked with Canada's Wonderland, Canada, so that is a good thing. So hopefully it stays on, but I could see them get rid of it just because of that reason alone. Maybe. As far as Valleyfair goes, I'm torn. I'm 60% safe, 40% not safe. And again, just like Dorney Park, this is a really well-ran park. And now that they're removing the ripcord attraction, I think this park is definitely due for a major investment. But on the flip side of that, there has not been a major investment in this park in a very long time, which might make it a lot easier for the current Six Flags parks to say, you know what, we're going to sell it off to another company. Because we have not invested a lot of money up front with it over the last 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it is. Let's see here. Michigan's Adventure. Similar to Valleyfair, no major investments, but the thing about Michigan's Adventure that I think it's safe, at least I'm going to say 70% safe, is because of it caters to that area and it sells out a ton of company picnics, company outings. This park has one purpose, and that is to bring the locals to the park. It's not a destination park by all means. Therefore, it brings in money, it brings in people in the local area. I think it's safe. I really do. Now, before I get to the Southeast parks, be sure to check out keepridingcoasters.com for all my coaster merch. I really do appreciate all the support, really do. And if you like roller coasters and maybe 3 people, check out this shirt as well. The Southeast parks are, I think, really, really safe. Carowinds, obviously, with Six Flags Corporate being located in Charlotte, Carowinds is not going to go anywhere. It's a well-ran park, and I think they're going to have a pretty strong year this year. We have the new water ride coming next year, followed by hopefully a major coaster the following year. Carowinds is definitely safe. King's Dominion, just like Carowinds, is safe. I mean, this company is not stupid, right? They're not going to sell off a park that they just invested in $27 million coaster like Raptera. They're really shaping up King's Dominion to be a top-notch park. Honestly, I might get some hate for this, but I think I like what Cedar Fair Six Flags has done more the last 4 to 5 years with KD than I have Kings Island. I know it's kind of hard, but I love the Jungle Expedition area. I love Raptera. It's a very smart move. What they've done with Grizzly, oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Besides removing Winterfest, I really like the decisions that King's Dominion has made. Over Georgia, same scenario. They're pumping in tons and tons of money for this awesome park in Atlanta. And thank God, I mean, this park really desperately needed something. It was already a really well-established park and a good market. Atlanta's a massive city. Some great coasters there. I love the layout of Over Georgia. Besides the entrance. The entrance sucks. But I just don't feel like they're going to just, hey, you know what, we're going to sell you off. They're already investing in the new Intamin coaster. I think the Georgia, I can't think of the name of it now, but the new Intamin coaster that launches back and forth. Let me check this out real fast. Sorry. Why that makes me so mad. They just changed the name of it. It was like the Georgia Surfer or something. So let's see here. Six Flags over Georgia. It is called the Georgia Gold Rusher. That's right. Yeah. For them to already have this coaster painted blue, I think it was, blue and orange. And then all of a sudden they're going to slap on another coat of paint without even operating the ride. That's money that tells you they're investing. Plus, Acrophobia is getting repainted. I really like what they're doing with Over Georgia. Kid Flash is gone. Get the hell out of here. So Over Georgia's safe. Now brings me to Six Flags America. I mean, come on now. It's not safe, guys. This park has had a troubled history. No major coaster investments in years. I just do not see how this park stays a part of the Six Flags chain going forward. I wish it would. I really like the park. The park has a ton of room to expand right there in DC, Baltimore. The market's phenomenal for it. But sadly, after 2001, 2002, whatever it was, they just have never, Six Flags Legacy never really invested the proper way into this park, unfortunately. And ever since then, it's there. They don't really care about it. It's gone through so many different park presidents. It's ridiculous. I hope for the best, but I'm going to give it about 80% chance that it's not going to be a part. I'm actually not 90% that it's not a part of the chain going forward. All right. Let's see. The Midwest here. Actually, I should have put Valleyfair into the Midwest, so apologies there. Worlds of Fun, Kansas City. Timberwolf is closing for all of this year, which is interesting. Does it mean RMC? Does it mean Titan Track? Does it mean something else? Who knows? They just invested in the 2023 Zambezi Zinger, the GCI cool wooden coaster. I think it's definitely safer than not safe, but there is still room for potentially being sold off. The Kansas City market is just massive. With the World Cup, I think, coming in 2026 there, whatever it is, like, that's big. I just feel like this park is safer, definitely safer than not safe. If any park in Missouri is not safe, it's St. Louis. Another park that Six Flags has not really invested as well as they should have, in my opinion. I've always liked this park. In that market, St. Louis, the location kind of kills it because it's around 25, 30 minutes, even further out than out downtown St. Louis. So it is quite the trek, but it's a solid park. It's a great park. Will it be a part of the chain? That's the big question, and I'm going to go. I think it's around 60% being sold off. Unfortunately, Schlitterbahn Parks in Texas. These parks are the best water parks, arguably the best water parks in the country. I think they're safe for sure. Plus, they're in Texas, so they have a longer operating year, and that means more money coming in. And then Fiesta Texas. That's like the best well-ran Six Flags park there is. As far as that, plus the most profitable, up there with Great America. So I do not see how. Some people did put Fiesta in their might be sold off list or probably will be sold off list. I'm like, are you crazy? This park, Jeffrey Seifert and his team run a fantastic show. Fiesta Texas already operates more like a legacy Cedar Fair park than a Six Flags legacy park. So for those reasons alone, Fiesta Texas is 100% safe. This is a park that Cedar Fair has always eyed and always wanted. Now that they have it, they're definitely not going to let it go. Over Texas, up in Dallas, definitely safe. They've already invested in a Giga Dive coaster that's coming in 2026. Doesn't get better than that. I mean, that's going to be a $30+ million coaster. And that, I'll tell you what, Over Texas, they needed that ride. I love Over Texas, great park, but they needed that dive coaster or a major ground-up coaster, because the last time Over Texas has built a major ground-up coaster was Titan, I think 2001. Because after Titan, they didn't build a major one, right? They had New Texas Giant, I think in 2021, the RMC coaster, but that's not ground up. They're just converting the Texas Giant into a hybrid. And then we had Aquaman, which I did not consider a major coaster. So Over Texas, definitely safe. Just up north of that is Frontier City. Again, just like Darien Lake, Six Flags does not currently own the park. So therefore, I think they'll definitely get out of that leasing contract, and Frontier City will hopefully Herschend. That would be a great opportunity for Herschend. Now heading out to the west, Knott's Berry Farm. obviously it's safe. This park's open up every day of the year. Attendance is always solid. They definitely need some new rides and investments. So hopefully in a couple of years. I heard the Giga rumor is back on track, so who knows? But yes, Knott's Berry Farm is safe. Six Flags Magic Mountain, definitely safe. There was a couple years back where Six Flags flirted with the idea of selling the park for land. Thank God they did not. But Magic Mountain is definitely safe, especially with our new 2026 project coming from Vacoma. Very intriguing project. I do not see how Magic Mountain will not be a Six Flags park in the next 5 to 10 years. And that leads me to Northern California for California's Great America and Discovery Kingdom. Well, obviously California's Great America is not going to be a part of the chain. I like that park better than Discovery Kingdom. I just feel like that with they have already sold the land from California's Great America, and they already put a timestamp on when they plan on closing the park within 10 years. So California's Great America, unfortunately, this year right now could very well be the last year for that park, unfortunately, which makes me very intrigued by the future of Discovery Kingdom. Obviously, I don't think Six Flags would sell off both Northern California parks. Discovery Kingdom is a very interesting park. It has a lot of the animal attractions, so I'm very curious to see what the new Six Flags does with that. We all know that Legacy Cedar Fair does not like animal parks because of Six Flags Ohio. But when it was Six Flags Worlds of Adventure, they obviously sold the park when they bought it and make it Jackal Lake. They got rid of all the animals. I think Discovery Kingdom's safe. I'm gonna say 65% safe. I think the park's gonna see an uptick, obviously an uptick of attendance once Great America closes, and I really think Six Flags is banking on that. Now if they just remove Kong and replace it with a new coaster, or get rid of some of the animal attractions and start making this a major player, maybe they can relocate Railblazer over there, maybe even Gold Striker potentially, if they can find a flat enough plot of land. But a lot of promises there. As far as the standalone water parks, that's where I think a lot of these parks are going to be sold off. I think the bigger parks will, the ones I mentioned, I think are the safe ones. And we have to worry about like Darien Lake and Frontier City, Six Flags America. But those are my predictions. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. And if you're wondering what my top 25 coasters are, then check out the showcase video at the bottom of your screen. There's a few surprises in there. I was able to ride Top Thrill 2 4 times, and it's pretty high up in my rankings. So go check that out. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive. Of course, keep riding coasters.